Good day, everybody. Good day, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Whenever it will depend on what time you'll be watching this. But thank you so very much again for tuning in. My name is Pondoza the Builder. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a publisher. I'm an entrepreneur. And most importantly, I just love people. I just love serving people and making a difference in other people's lives. So I'd love to serve, and I'm here. Again, it's a holiday. And I know people are busy today, but we just want to have this short life again so that we continue with what we've been doing. Today we are doing part two of what we call building through relationships. That is very important for us to understand. We did part one last week and we are going on with part two. I'm not going to keep you long today because I know it's a holiday. People are resting, people are busy, people are attending functions and things like that. But today, again, we want to talk about the importance of building through relationships, or how important are relationships in whatever that you are trying to build, in anything that you are trying to build. Last week we spoke about the importance of reciprocating anything and everything that is happening in your relationship, whether it be romantic, whether it be a friendship, it may be family. But in all of our relationships, it is key that we reciprocate anything and everything that has been done to us. And I'm gonna just go back and refresh for those who are not here. But the full video is on YouTube. You can go there and check everything there so that you can be able to go and watch the full video. But today I just want to go again and talk about the importance of building through relationships. Today we are doing part two of our part one that we did last week. One of the things that we spoke about, just to refresh, last week is that we need to reciprocate anything and everything that happens in our relationships. We need to reciprocate everything and anything that it needs to be that are happening in our relationship. Reciprocation simply means that you are exchanging. You are exchanging a mutual thing that somebody has done to you. You are exchanging what has been done to you. That's what we spoke about. That's why we spoke about reciprocation. That's the first thing that we spoke about. Number two, we spoke about the importance of trust. You know, that in order for me to build with you, in order for me to be in any alliance with you, I need to be you need to be a person that I trust. So we need to trust each other before we can even build anything. You need to be a reliable person. Those are the things that we were speaking about last week, that in order for me to trust you, I need to know that I can rely on you. I need to know that you can be a person that I can rely on. Good morning, Spali, and good morning to everyone who's watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we're just recapping from the things that we were speaking about from last week. That number one, we spoke about reciprocation. Number two, we spoke about the importance of trust. And number three, we spoke about the importance of being loyal. You need to be loyal when you are in a relationship. Like I said, any type of relationship, you need to be loyal. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's whatever relationship, whatever relation that you find yourself in, you need these three core things. You need to reciprocate everything that has been done to you. Number two, you need to be a trustworthy person. And number three, you need to be a person who is loyal. So today, I'm not going to waste time. Today, I just want us to get into it and speak about the importance of having to choose when we get into a relationship. Most of the time, I know there are people that we meet coincidentally. So there are people that we just meet. There are people that we didn't plan to meet. But in line of that, what is key is that we still have to choose whether we stay or we go. So it's important for us to understand that there is a power of choice that is required in us building through relationship. There is a power of choice that is important, that we need to have or to possess in order for us to build through relationship. One thing that I want us to understand, I'm going to relate to a story in the Bible and about Jesus that most of us, I think, we know. What is important is that we all have to understand that Jesus Christ, when he was on earth and he came on earth and he wanted to build this great movement that most of us we are part of, we need to understand that he intentionally chose 12 men who were part of his team. In other words, no one was part of his team coincidentally. He chose 12 men intentionally to say, I want to build this great movement on earth. And for me to build this great movement, I need people that I'm going to build with and people that I'm going to build through with. So it's important to understand that in anything that you want to build, in anything that you are planning to build, you need to be intentional about who's supposed to be part of your team. You see, most of the time we find ourselves in a circle of people where we haven't even planned to find ourselves in. You need to be intentional about who's supposed to be part of your circle. You need to be intentional about who's part of your circle. So we see Jesus in this narrative now. He's choosing 12 men. He's intentional to say, I want this one, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. He became intentional. So one of the things that I want us to talk about today is the power of choice. That is, no matter how we meet people, but we still have to make a choice to be in relation with them. We still have to make a choice to fellowship with them. We still have to make a choice to be part of their lives. So it's important to understand that there is a power of choice that is significant in us having to build through relationship. And in this regard, we are not only talking about romantic relationship, we are talking about people in business. That's why companies do this. When they want people, they want a workforce. They what they do, keep my CV. You know, they will say, bring your CV, and these are the requirements. When they do that, they will decide who is the best candidate. They will decide who do they want. They will decide who do they want to be part of the team. So that is important. That is an intention that has been made by companies to say, we are intentional about this thing. We are intentional about who do we want to be part of our team. So it's important with our relationship. Like last week, we talked about even expectation, that you cannot expect anything that you didn't communicate from me. In order for you to expect something from me is something that you have to be, something that you had to communicate first, so that I can understand that this is what you told me, this is what you require from me, this is what you expect from me. But in this instant, we are talking about the importance of making a reliable choice, and a choice that you say, this is the person that I want to be part of my team. This is the person that I want to be friends with. This is the person that I want to build with. So number one, today we want to talk about the intention of making a choice. We've got to make a choice. You've got to be intentional about who do you choose, and why do you choose them. So, like it is a story that I've related, Jesus Christ is making a clear choice and an intentional choice to say, I'm choosing these 12 men, and through these 12 men, I'm going to build my movement. So this is one principle that we all have to make, or to have, to be able to say, this is the type of person that I need in my life. This is the type of character that I need in my life. This is the type of attributes that I need from a person that I want to build with. So we need to be intentional about who do we want to build with. That's number one. Make a choice and be intentional about who do you want to build with. And that calls us to make a choice. You've got to make a choice. You've got to be intentional about who do you want to build with. You see, most of the time, these are the mistakes that we make. We don't decide. We don't make an intentional choice. That's why sometimes we've got friends that we call friends, but we don't even know why we call those people friends. We just found ourselves in that circle. You must be intentional about your circle. You must be intentional about the people that you want to build with. You must be intentional about the people that you want to be part of your circle. That's why most of us, we find ourselves with people that we don't even know, how did we get here? Why? Because we didn't make intentional choices about who do we want to be part of our circle. So it's important, number one, today, make an intentional choice. Make a choice, who do you want to be part of your circle? Not everyone is supposed to be part of your circle, but make a choice to say, this is the type of people that I want to build with. That's why I'm making an example about companies. Companies will be intentional about who they want. That's why when they take out posts, they will write what we call requirements. There will be what we call requirements. Right? There will be requirements. Requirements will say, we want somebody who's got a bachelor's degree in this and that and that. Those are requirements. Why don't we make the same thing when we have to choose friends? Why don't we make the same requirements when we have to choose romantic partners? Why don't we make the same requirements when we have to choose business partners? This is a principle. This is a principle that all of us, we need to have, that we need to make choices about who do we want to be part of our team. We need to make informed choices to say, this is the type of person that I want in my life. You see, usually I say this, that even though you're not sure about what do you want, but at least know what you don't deserve. Even when you're not sure about, if I want this or this is the person that I want, but just know, if there is one thing that you must know, just know what you don't deserve. So number one, I've dealt with this point already. Be intentional about who do you want to be part of your life. Be intentional about who do you want to be part of your circle. Be intentional about who do you want to be part of your team. That's number one. I'm moving on. Number two, you cannot draw from where you didn't invest. Most of us, you see, we are in relationship and friendships and family relation, whatever you want to call it. But we find ourselves having to ask people to do things for us whilst we never contributed anything in their lives. You see, it's insane that you can go to an ATM and request the ATM to give you 1,000 rand that you know fully well that you've never invested in it. You know that you've never deposited 1,000 rand in your bank account, but the audacity of you going to an ATM and trying to withdraw what you didn't deposit. And that's our problem. Most of us, we want to build through relationship that we never invested anything on. It is important for us to understand that for you to withdraw something from a relationship, you need to invest in it. And we see this even in Jesus Christ. And it's something that we don't talk about mostly. Jesus Christ moved his disciples from being servants to be friends. That's why he calls them friends. He says, from now on, you are my friend. Why? Because friendship level, we're in a relation level. It simply means that I care about what you care about. I worry about what you worry about. We are in a relationship. So there is nothing great that you can build outside of relationships. It takes great relationships to build great firms, to build great businesses. Any great business that you see, I can tell you now, it has been built on great relationships. Any great business, any great person that you see succeeding in whatever sphere that they find themselves in, just know that they have solid relationship behind the scenes. There is nothing great that you can build outside great relationship. And we see this even in Jesus. Jesus Christ had to build these men, had to sit with these men, had to spend time with these men, had to take time with these men, had to eat with these men, had to pray with these men, had to invest in them before he can draw something out of them. It is important for us to understand that you cannot draw from a relationship that you didn't invest anything in. And most of us, that's what we do. We expect people to do things for us. We expect people to do things for us, but we have never invested anything in them. For you to draw from me, you've got to invest something. For me to draw from you, I've got to invest something from you. So we need to understand that we can never draw anything that we didn't invest. For us to draw from our friends, to draw from our uncles and aunts, invest something. And this is what I'm talking about. That number one, I'm making an example about Jesus, that he had a choice. He made a choice to choose 12 men. And after choosing 12 men, he invested in them, spent time with them, prayed with them, taught them, give them the ins and out. Because why? He was building a movement that we see today. So without great impartations and great time that you spend with people that you are building with, you will never going to build anything great. Anything great that you want to build is solely invested in the great relationships that you need to have with the people that you are associated with. So let us make great choices when it comes to who do we want to be part of our team. Let us make great choices with whom we want to invest in. Because there is investment of money, investment of time, investment of resources. Whatever that you choose to invest with, make sure that you spend it wisely on those people. Because that's the mistake that we make. We just spend time and we just spend resources on people that we are not even meant to build with. It is important to understand that anything that we want to build, we need to invest in relationships. Anything great that we want to build, we need to invest in relationship. Nothing great that was ever built outside great relationships. So relation simply means that we exchange. We've got a mutual exchange of ideas. We've got mutual exchange of the same voice. That's why it's important for the people that you're in relationships with. You need to speak the same voice. You need to speak the same language. Why? Because it's about relationship. Anything that you build outside different voices and language, it can never last. Why? Because that's why sabotage comes. That's why you find your Judas come. That's why you find rejection comes. Why? Because we no longer speak the same language. But when we speak the same language, when we speak the same thing, when we have the same mind towards the same goal, we are in relationship. Why? Because we are building towards a certain goal. So let us invest in our relationship. Like I said last week, 1, reciprocate everything that has been done to you. Number 2, build trust. Number 3, be a loyal person. Be reliable so that people can build with you. I cannot build with somebody that I don't trust. I cannot build with somebody who's not loyal. I cannot build with somebody who doesn't reciprocate anything that I do with them or that I do to them. So today we are talking about 2 important things that are key. 1, make reliable choices. Decide. Be intentional about your choices. That these are the people that I want in my team. These are the people that I want to build with. Be intentional. Number 2, invest in people. Invest in the people that you want to build with. Spend your time. That's what Jesus Christ did. Jesus Christ was investing in the disciples. That's why we've got this great movement that we have. Why? Because Jesus Christ invested in the people. Invested in his disciples, spend his time, spend his money, spend everything with them. Why? Because he was building through the disciples. So if you have a company, if you are a people, invest in your employees. That's why it's important to invest in your employees. If you are a company owner, you must invest in your employees. Why? Because those are your best resources. You are building through them. You cannot build with people that you have not invested in them. That's why companies take people to trainings, to workshops. Why? Because they understand that in order for us to reach a certain goal, we need to invest in these people. We need to empower these people. We need to make these people better people. Why? Because when we do that, our company will become better. When we do that, our churches will become better. When we do that, our families will become better. When we do that, everything that we are trying to build will become better. Why? Because we are investing in the people that we are planning to bless with. Nothing happens outside investment. You cannot draw from any place where you didn't invest in. It takes investment. Don't expect things from people when you didn't invest anything in them. You can only expect something from me when you have invested in me. But if you haven't invested anything from me, you cannot expect anything from me. You cannot expect anything from me. So today I want us to talk about these 2 important things. Number 1, be intentional about choosing who do you want to be part of your team. Who do you want to be part of your circle? That's number 1. Number 2, that's the last thing that I wanted to talk about. The importance of investing in the people that you are building with. Whether you are a pastor, whether you are a businessman, as long as you are a leader and we are building something, invest in the people that you are building with. Before you blame people, invest in them. Put your time in them. Put your money in them. Invest in them. Why? So that you can draw what you have put in. Because most of the time, the mistakes that we do, we want to draw things that we didn't invest in. We want to draw what we didn't put in. We want to invest things that we didn't put in. So it's important for us to understand that invest in the people. Okay, I've got a question. How does one deal with alliances that don't reciprocate the investing energy, no matter how intentional you are? This is what we spoke about last week. If I invest in you, you don't invest anything back, I can't be in a relationship with you. It cannot be. You see, relationship cannot be a one-way traffic. Most of us, the mistakes that we do is that our relationship are one-way traffic. That's why we feel used most of the time. You feel like, this person is not doing anything for me. Why? Because you are the only one who's doing everything for them. So that what you are doing to them, there is not reciprocated back to you. That's why you feel the way you feel. So it's important to understand that whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, that thing needs to be reciprocated. Why? So that you feel important as well. So that you feel that you are speaking the same voice. Hence, I'm talking about the importance of talking or speaking in the same language, in the same voice with the people that you are building with. That is key. That is important. That whosoever that you are building with, speak the same language, speak the same mind, that's why it's important to communicate our vision. Why? Because the reason why you communicate your vision to the people that you are building with, you are doing that so that you can build or speak in the same language. That's the whole mark of communicating your vision. You understand? That's why the Bible talks about write a vision so that everyone who follows you can see it. Why? You are communicating. When you write your vision, you are communicating. When you tell your people what you want to happen, you are communicating. Why? So that everybody can speak in the same language. That's why when you go to big companies, you get into the door, there is a big sign that is written their vision, that is written their mission. What? They are communicating. That means when you get into that place, you're going to find the same language. You're going to find the same breath. That those people, they are speaking the same. Those people are breathing the same thing. Why? Because there is a vision that has been communicated. So we need to understand as leaders, for people who are building, let us communicate our vision with the people that we are building with. And that's what Jesus did. Jesus Christ communicated his vision. That's why we've got this great movement. Jesus Christ is not here, but we are here dominating. Jesus Christ is no longer here, but we are here representing everything that he stood up for. Why? Because he invested in the 12 men that he had. So invest in the people that you are leading. Invest your time. Invest your resources. Why? So that when you are no longer here, everything that you stood up for, it can outlive you. Remember, you're not going to be remembered by what you have bought, but you're going to be remembered by what you have built. And the greatest thing that you can do, that you can build, is when you build people. Build people. Build people. Invest in people. Invest in people. Build people. And you will see every goal that you have, everything and every design, every vision that you have for your life, it will come to pass. Build people. Build people that you are building with. Build people that you are building with. Your vision must be communicated for everyone. If you're a businessman, you have to have meetings every day. Guys, in this company, this is what is expected of you. We are not being harsh or hard. No, we are communicating your vision. We are communicating your vision. When you have a business, you stand before your people and say, guys, this year our target is 10 million rand. You are not being hard. You are communicating your vision. You want everybody to work towards that goal. You want everyone to have the mentality of us, of saying, we can achieve this million rand. We can achieve this 10 million rand. We can achieve this 50 million rand. So it's important for us to communicate our vision. Like I said, Karabo, I hope my sister, you have been answered. But don't be in a relationship where what you are doing for people is not reciprocated. Everything that you do must be reciprocated to show that those people that are in a relationship with you, they're in agreement with you. Because that's why, like I said, most of us we communicate, we complain about, hey, these people are using me. Why? Because it's a one-way traffic. We are the one who's investing in this relationship, but you are getting nothing back. But when we are in a relationship and we are investing, the other person is investing, it's easy to do anything for those people. Why? Because it's a mutual thing. It's a mutual exchange of language. It's a mutual exchange of mentality. You've got the same mentality. You've got the same language. You've got the same mind towards what needs to be achieved. To what needs to be achieved. Guys, today I'm gonna end here. We're gonna continue next week, maybe with part 3. But thank you so much for tuning in. I know today it's a holiday. People are busy, celebrating Heritage Day. So this is what I wanted to communicate today. Number 1, make a choice about who do you want to be part of your team. I can't stress this enough. Make a choice. Be intentional about who do you want to be part of your team. Like I said, that's the reason why companies decide to say, this is the type of person that we want. Why? Because they are looking for results. And for us to have those results, for us to reach a certain goals, these are the type of people that we need to have in our company. And we build relationship with our company. Yes, Karabo, this is going to be on our YouTube. Please subscribe on my YouTube channel, Pondoza the Builder. It's going to be on YouTube, so you can watch even the other episode on my channel. It's called Pondoza the Builder. I'll share the link after this live as well. Thank you so much, guys. If there's anyone again who wants to ask anything, please do ask. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know it's a holiday today. Continue to build. Remember, I also always say, we are building this thing one brick at a time. Celebrate your wins. And one thing that I want to say, no matter how small a thing is, celebrated. No matter how small a thing is, celebrated. It is yours. It is your accomplishment. It is your achievement. Celebrate it so that you can build even greater things. We are building one thing at a time. We are building one brick at a time. Thank you so much, Fura. Thank you so much for watching, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's continue to build by faith, one brick at a time. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Whatever that you are building, we're going to make it. We are here as people who will help each other to build. No matter what it is possible. It can be done. We are the Builders Army, and we will continue to build one brick at a time. My name is Pondoza the Builder, and I am building. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Amen.